Your beloved pet just passed away, and dealing with that grief feels like a big center block sitting on your chest. And it seems like you're all alone and nobody understands how hurtful this loss is. There's a lot of people that go through that. What's up, everybody? It's the Gambler, and that's what we're talking about today, dealing with the loss of a pet. If you're not a pet owner, you may not can relate to what that feels like to lose a pet. When I lost two of my dogs, it hurt and it was a traumatic loss for me, just as it was when I lost my dad, or I lost my aunt, or I lost my uncle. This video is basically for people who have dealt with or are still right now in this moment and process of dealing with the loss of a pet. And that's really what made me say, hey, let me do this video on this, because, you know, a lot of times those of us who are pet owners that and we lose a pet, we have to go through that grief alone, because even though people say, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss," or they may say, "Oh, I'm praying for you," or they may not even say anything at all, because they may even brush it off as if it's nothing. But at the same time, you know, that's tough. It's hard. It hurts. I'll give you a little background. How everybody that know me know that I love dogs. And I've loved dogs since I was a little bitty infant, I would say. Probably as a baby, I probably loved dogs. I didn't know that I loved dogs, but I'm sure I did. And I loved them so much that, you know, when you was in like in elementary and your teacher would ask you, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a veterinarian when I grow up. I loved animals that much, primarily dogs. When I went off to college, it was to study veterinary medicine and to become a veterinarian. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But unfortunately, I ended up not being a veterinarian, because you were asked the question, well, how is it that I'm a data engineer and not a veterinarian? Well, this is why I'm a data engineer. Because after I got the car and I went to my first class off site, and the instructor, it was an introduction into veterinarian medicine. And one of the first things he said out of his mouth was, you have to practice and learn how to care for every animal. And so I raised my hand. And the instructor said, yes, Tony, what's your question? I said, does that include snakes and lizards? And his response was, yes. When you are a veterinarian, you have to be prepared to administer medical care to any type of animal. So you have to train and learn how to care for every animal in your study of veterinary medicine. Y'all, I closed my little book. I got my little tablet in the middle of the class. Did this number like in church, and I walked right on out, because I was like, okay, that's it. Well, I'm not gonna be a veterinarian. I'm gonna have to figure out something else. But anyway, ultimately I did figure out something else. So I'm a data engineer. I went in IT. But that was my veterinarian story, that I really wanted to be a veterinarian, but it didn't work out for me. But anywho, short story long, I just have a deep love for animals and have always, and primarily dogs. And I don't think people really understand the magnitude of grief and pain and hurt of losing a dog or a cat. And I'm going to just reference dogs or cats, because those are mainly most of the pets, household pets that most people have. And the pain and grief that comes with losing a dog. When I lost my dog Kobe, the grief and pain was unimaginable. He was my first dog that I had as an adult, living on my own. So he was like my best friend. And I had him, the story about him. I had a roommate, and my roommate had went to the gym one day in a snowstorm. I don't know why everything seemed to happen to me in snowstorms. Now that I think about it, because one of my videos, remember something happened to me in another snowstorm. Oh, that was the work stress video. This video, if you don't believe what I'm saying, go watch this video on work stress, and you'll hear about the story of me being in a snowstorm and getting sick. But go watch that video. Anyway, watch that video if you didn't watch that video. But I don't know why everything seemed to happen to me in a snowstorm when it's snowing or something. Anywho, so my roommate had went to the gym one morning in the snow. She was dedicated in getting in shape, I guess, or what have you. So she don't decide she, no matter what, slow, sleet, rain, whatever, she going and work out because she was going to get fired, I guess. I don't know. But anywho, she went to the gym in the snow to work out. And when she was getting ready to get out of her car, this little puppy ran up to her and just stayed with her and would not leave her until the fact that she just basically had to pick the puppy up and put the puppy in the car and not go to the gym, and brought the puppy back to our apartment. And I think it was house at that time. I don't know. But anyway, brought the puppy back to I'll say apartment because I can't remember. So brought the puppy back, and the puppy, I think she called me. Okay, now I remember because I got to try to remember. So, and she brought the puppy back to the house. And when she brought the puppy back, she called me on the phone because I wasn't there. And she basically said, "Hey, the weirdest thing happened to me when I went to the gym. I found this little puppy, and I put the puppy in your room, in your bathroom." I said, "What? Why you put the puppy in my room in my room and in my bathroom? Why you didn't put the puppy in your room and in your bathroom?" And I can't remember what she answered or how she answered. She was like, "Child, anyway, when you get home, it's a puppy in your room, in your bathroom." I said, "Lord have mercy." So then when I got home, I go because I'm excited. One, I really want to see what this puppy look like, and why did she put this puppy uh in my room and in my bathroom? So I run home or whatever because I'm excited to see the puppy. Really, I am. I guess it's because I really love dogs or whatever. So I leave work actually early because I'm excited about the puppy, and so I head home, and I'm curious about the puppy, so I head home early from work to go see this puppy, and also to take this puppy out of my bathroom and go and take this puppy and put this puppy in her bathroom. I imagine she was slick and put the puppy in my bathroom because at that time she already had a little dog. That's another talk and another story to tell you about her dog. Everybody know that dog. But anywho, this ain't about him. This is about Kobe. So when I get home, I walk up into my room and I go over to the bathroom, and she has her dog's gate at my bathroom door. And I look down and I see this little, I don't know what you call it. First thing I said to the little dog, I said, "You look like a little mutt." And everybody that have dogs and know, if the dog isn't a particular breed, people call them mutts. If they're not an actual breed, if they're a crossbreed. And he actually was a crossbreed between a golden lab and a German shepherd. His face looked like the German shepherd and his body looked like the lab. So that'll paint the picture of what he looked like. But I called him a little mutt. And I said, you ain't nothing but a little mutt to the dog, to the puppy. And was like, you got to go. You got to get up out of here. So when she finally get back home, I'm like, hey, you need to get this puppy up out of my bathroom. And this is your puppy. This is your responsibility. You the one brought him home. Don't have him in my bathroom. So that was like a Friday. Yeah, that was like a Friday evening. And she was like, well, I don't know what to do with the thing. I don't know what to do with the thing. I couldn't leave him in the snow, but I don't know what to do with the puppy. Okay. I said, well, we could take him to PetSmart. We can get up in the morning. He could stay in my bathroom for the night, and we could take him to PetSmart in the morning. And she was like, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Because I was just trying to help the puppy out. It was cold and the puppy was shaking and wet and all this stuff. So anyway, Saturday morning comes. I decide I'm gonna go with her to take the puppy with her. Now, keep in mind, y'all, the puppy have stayed in my bathroom all night. So I had to be the one. I don't know how, but I ended up being the one to get up, take the puppy out to the bathroom, play with the puppy over throughout the middle of the night or whatever. And so all this time, I'm actually bonding with the puppy. So by the time Saturday morning comes, I'm looking crazy because I don't really want to take the puppy to PetSmart. So, and keep in mind, I got a roommate and we share spaces. So when you have a roommate, in case y'all don't know, when you have a roommate, you have to sacrifice some things and you have to respect your roommate half of that space. And so you have to make compromises when you have roommates. That's another talk and another walk. Definitely would do one on that. But so I said to her, you don't want to keep the puppy? Because I ain't want the responsibility of the puppy. So I asked her, you don't want to keep the puppy? You already got one dog. What's wrong with having two? No, I'm not keeping that puppy. We taking this puppy to PetSmart. If you want to go me, you go me. But if not, the puppy is my responsibility and I'm taking the puppy to PetSmart. So whatever feelings you got, you can just get that together or deal with it, whatever. I'm getting ready to go take this puppy to PetSmart. I said, okay, well, I'll ride with you, take the puppy to PetSmart. So the whole time she driving, I got the little puppy in my hand and I'm just rubbing him and rubbing him. And she named him Kobe because she loved basketball. And the first name came to her at that time was her favorite basketball player was Kobe Bryant. And so that's why she named him Kobe, because she found him at the gym. Whatever. She named him Kobe after Kobe Bryant. Okay. And Kobe fit him. For some reason, that name really did fit him. Okay. But long story short, bring it back in. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm rubbing the puppy and everything. And he just all up under me and just loving on me and everything and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not realizing it, y'all, but I'm falling in love with the puppy. I'm falling in love. And I didn't even realize it. So we go up into PetSmart on a Saturday morning. Everybody that got pets, they know Saturday morning is PetSmart place for people with pets. That's the place to be on Saturday morning. So we get in there. Animal shelter was there, and they said, "Yeah, sure, we'll take the puppy." And so she was like, "Yeah, okay, here you had a puppy." Then I said, "Wait a minute, no, we don't want to give you the puppy. We'll keep the puppy." So we're in the middle of the store, y'all, in the middle of PetSmart, arguing back and forth about the puppy. And she got the puppy in her hands at this point, trying to get a puppy to the woman. I grabbed the puppy and said, "No, we ain't giving you this puppy." And we going back and forth in the PetSmart about this puppy. And she said, no, get the puppy. I'm saying, no, we keep the puppy. She said, no, get the puppy. So everybody in the store laughing at us going back and forth with the puppy in our hands like this. And then the lady trying, because it was a cute puppy, so the lady trying to get the puppy out of her hand. So it's 3 people got the puppy. We just going back and forth with the puppy in PetSmart. So she finally said, stop, let the puppy go. Tony, let the puppy go. I let the puppy go. She said, this puppy is my responsibility. And what I want to do with this puppy is I'm going to give this puppy to this animal shelter and let them find this puppy a home. I said, okay. Yeah, that is what's best. Okay. That's what's best. I ain't like it. But technically, she was responsible for the puppy. She did find the puppy, and the puppy was hers. So I asked the lady, well, what would I need to do if I wanted to get the puppy? So by the time when she filled out when she got the lady had got the puppy from my roommate, the puppy was then the possession of this animal shelter. This is crazy, y'all. Why we just didn't take the damn puppy? No cuss. Why we just didn't take the puppy back? Anyway. Okay. Trying to wrap this story up. So the lady then takes the puppy and she answered my question. If you want the puppy, you can adopt the puppy back out. And we won't charge you an adoption fee. All you'll have to pay is pay for the puppy getting neutered. And that's it. And then we'll just give the puppy back to you. I was like, okay. And then I was like, no, go ahead and find the puppy a home. So we left out of PetSmart. That whole day, I was like, oh, I was thinking about Kobe. I was thinking about Kobe. And I just thought about Kobe and thought about Kobe. So that night, I couldn't sleep, y'all. I just thought about Kobe. I thought about Kobe. I thought about Kobe. So then that morning comes, and I said, Sunday morning comes. I said, I got to find, where is Kobe? I got to find him. I just got to find him, y'all. Got to find him. And the lady had told us, well, because it was people when we gave the lady the puppy, it was people wanting to get the puppy then too. So I didn't know if somebody had got the puppy actually that day. But anywho, that Sunday morning, I went back to the PetSmart and I asked them, well, who was that animal shelter? Because we didn't even know who the animal shelter was. Who was the animal shelter in here yesterday that had all of the dogs that you guys had in here with the dogs? And they gave me their name. And the lady actually remembered me about the puppy because, like I said, it was a big scene we had made in the store with this puppy going back and forth and all that. That everybody that was at the store, even the employees, knew us about this puppy. Long story short, I searched down and find the animal shelter that took the puppy. And come Monday morning, 8 o'clock Monday morning, I called them. I didn't go to work. I called them Monday morning and said, hey, y'all got a puppy from somebody in PetSmart Saturday. He looks like a German Shepherd and a Golden Retriever mix. And y'all got this little puppy. He a male. Y'all got this little puppy. And do y'all still have that little puppy? And she said, yes. It was the lady that we had gave it to. She said, yes, I remember you. Yes, we still have him. Do you want him? I said, yes. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. That's my puppy. That's my puppy. I said, yes, I want him. When can I come and get him? And she said, well, after he get his neutering surgery and all of his shots, you can come and pick him up. And remember, I told you, no, there's no fee or application. Just pay for his shots and his neutering surgery. And I said, okay, I'll come and get him. I shared that long story about Kobe and me getting him so that you could see how the relationship just began. Like, so, so I can't even find the words for it. The way I bonded with this dog. Anywho, that's why I shared the story, and for you guys to see the level of love that, and the level of love and the level of bonding that I had with this dog. And so when I went and picked him up, that was like the grief of losing a dog. It is really, really real. Because even trying to tell you guys the story about him and just remembering him. Woo. It's even tough to tell the story or even to talk about it. Give me a minute. Okay, so I'm back. So grief is real, and you're seeing it right now in real time. Just me trying to share the story about Kobe. Um, but that dog, and I think Kobe's been gone about 2011, maybe since 2011, 2000, I would say 2010, 2011. I try not to remember dates of when I lose a loved one. I'm a person that I don't try to remember the date and time, because I don't like to have that imprinted on my life. And so when that time comes up, I don't have to deal with or feel sad at a particular date and time. So I don't imprint those times of loss in my memory. So I can't remember the actual time frame, but it would have been probably around 2000, anywhere in 2010 or something like that. But I lost Kobe, and I had him for 9 years, and that was devastating to me. Now I had family and friends around me that was a part of Kobe's life as well. So I had support. I had a great support team, and at that time, she's my wife now, but at that time she was my girlfriend. But she was there and real supportive too. And Kobe was a huge impact in her life as well at that time. So I had a good support system, so I didn't go through losing him alone. But I just need for people, first of all, people who are not uh, pet lovers or pet owners, to have a little empathy and compassion for people who have lost a pet. just have a little empathy and compassion for them, because their grief is real, and that pain and hurt of that loss is real. And it's tough. And anybody know, dealing with a loss of a loved one is not something, it's not a walk in the park. It's not something easy to go through. It's very traumatic, a traumatic moment in your life that a person has to go through. Um, and I would say that to the people who are not pet owners or pet lovers, have some empathy and compassion. And I would say to the people who are pet owners who have lost a pet or going through, you might have to make a decision whether you decide to make the decision to put the pet down. Um, you know, hang in there, stay strong. You'll get through it. You'll get through it. You'll be okay. And I believe that um, when we leave this life, physical people or animals, I believe we all have a spirit, and I believe that your spirit can remain present. And I feel that, Kobe's spirit is here, and some things have happened, and some things have happened in my life that I can tell that's another talk and another walk. But I can tell when Kobe is around and Kobe have done certain things. So, but anywho, you know, just hang in there. Try to find some support if you need to find someone to talk to. I'm a pet lover, so I'm always telling you guys, you can reach out to me. You can email me, contact me if you need someone to talk to. But try to get you a support system. Try to stay strong. You're going to get through it. I know it's very hurtful and it's painful, and that grief is real. Um, and you just gotta pray and try to stay strong. And it's okay to cry. Remember what I said about crying. It's releasing. It's getting it out. And you'll get through it. You're gonna get through it. Now, Kobe wasn't my only dog that I lost. I had a second dog. Actually, got this dog with Kobe, and actually, it's Miles. It was a chocolate cocker spaniel that I bought for my girlfriend at the time, which she's my wife now. But I had got her chocolate cocker spaniel, and that added to the family. So we had Kobe and the chocolate cocker spaniel. I'm gonna put a picture of them up here, and we lost Miles. We had Miles for, I think Miles, I can't remember. Miles was probably maybe about 10 or 11. He was in his age, up in his age, or he might not have been that much older. I can't remember how old Miles was. When Miles, we had to make a decision to put Miles down. But I didn't tell you guys what happened with Kobe. Kobe ultimately, well, I'm gonna try to see if I can get it out without going through this. But anywho, in case I haven't mentioned it to you guys, and I'm gonna do a walk and a talk on that as well. But I'm a cancer survivor, and Kobe was with me also as I went through my cancer battle. So you guys can imagine that made us even bond even closer. One day I came home and me and Kobe was in the backyard and we were playing like we would normally be playing. And his nose started bleeding. And a long story short, it turned out that he had a tumor, and it was cancerous. And he lost his fight with his cancer battle. Even though I won mine, he lost his. Um, and that's how I ended up losing Kobe. And Miles, the way that we ended up losing Miles, and I shouldn't say I lost Kobe. We lost Kobe because me and my wife, she lost him as well. She was in his life just as much as I was. So I should say we. And she probably, when she see this video, she was like, you act like Kobe was my dog. You kept saying in that video, my I. And you know you should have been saying we, acting like Kobe was my dog. Okay, because I know her. We, y'all. Kobe, our dog. Kobe was our dog. Take care of that before I get in trouble when she see this video. Our dog. He started out my dog. He ended up our dog. Okay. So Miles had an injury, and that's how we ended up losing Miles. He injured his spine, and another long story short, the vet did not take care of him. The vet we took him to did not give him good care in time, and it ended up ultimately costing him his life. And we had to end up putting Miles down. So, whew, I think the most part that I can say, because most of this video I ate up the time telling you about my dogs, that I ain't really got a lot of time that I can cover about talking with you about your grief. But I think in this video, I think I got it, I nailed it home. I hit it home that basically pet lovers who lose their pet, they hurt too. They hurt and grieve just like it was a real human person that they lost. And people need to just have empathy and compassion and love on people when they lose a pet. And when you personally lose a pet, you just have to stay strong and you're going to get through that. I know it hurt. I know it's tough. You just saw me cry on camera about my dog, and he been gone for probably well over 13, 14, 15 years now, and I still cry over him. So that's a deep love. But I say to you guys that you can get through it, and you just stay strong. And I know it don't feel like it. I know it don't feel like it's gonna get better. I know it feels like somebody have ripped your heart out of your chest and stomped on it and just keep stomping on it, stomping on it, stomping on it, stomping on it. That's what loss of a loved one feels like. It literally feels, if you haven't lost anybody that you love, a person or animal that you love, it literally feels like somebody rips your heart out, like they have their hand on it and rip it out and throw it on the ground and they just stomp on it, stomp on it, stomp on it, stomp on it. That's what it feels like to lose a loved one. It is devastating, painful, continuous, and it takes time to heal that wound of loss. All things will heal with time. All things will heal with time, and it'll get better one day at a time. You just keep staying strong, put one foot in front of the other, keep moving forward. Your loved one is with you in spirit. They haven't left you. They're there. They're with you in spirit. Kobe is here with me right now in spirit. Mal is here with me right now in spirit. Even JD is here with me right now in spirit. JD is uh my roommates at the time, her dog. He's since passed. They called him the devil dog. I have to tell y'all about JD. JD will shell as all get up. Everybody knows JD will shell. Even the vet will say, JD, he said that dog will bite Jesus and not care about it. That, so I had to tell y'all a story about JD. But anywho, or ask any of our college friends. Everybody in the world know JD. Anywho, JD spirit is here with me too. So you can get through it. Just hang in there. And also, I can't do this video without mentioning our current baby, Mr. Winston. This is Mr. Winston. This is our baby. Um, I he'll be another walk, another talk. Actually, he'll probably end up being in some of my videos because some of the places I go walking, they look a little shady. Like this one right here, it didn't look like I need to be walking in there by myself. So he's like my guard dog. So I'm gonna take him sometimes on the walk. If I walk over to this place at this place, I'm gonna take him with me. Anywho, but yeah, I could not end the video without telling you guys about Winston. And Winston is our dog that we have right now. If you got value from this video, and if you did not get value from this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Join the email list below in the description if you haven't already. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to see you on the other side of another video. Thank you.